Hello there. Welcome. And once again, we are back into the conundrum of dealing with the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. We thought we covered all this yesterday, but today, my God, it's nothing but panic. All the Laker fans are panicking. What's going on? They've rigged everything for you. What you concerned about? What y'all crying for? Why are y'all so blown away? Why are y'all so hurt? I'm reading all of you guys are spiraling. Y'all are spiraling after one game. Why is that? Why would you be spiraling after one game? Oh my God. Reading y'all comments is hilarious. I'm going to show you how bad the spiral is for the Lakers after one loss. It has gotten so bad. Hold on. Hit the like button coming through the door, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Yep. I apologize to anybody who had to watch the Grizzlies game. We told you exactly what was going to happen. They want to embarrass John Morant in the Memphis Grizzlies. And, they're pushing Shea ahead of him. So, what you saw today was just what they want to do. Now, they're finally blaming LeBron James for this. But this guy was optimistic. This is a LeBron fan that had it all figured out. Well, a Laker fan, rather. He says, he said, just put this one aside. We still got the series. JJ was right. He said the Lakers' effort looked like they were playing a regular season game. Gave up a ton of open looks. On the three, they rebounded poorly in 2 and 4 quarters. Second quarter and the fourth one. Talking about Vando and Vincent need to be in for most of the game to help the defense. Oh, my God, that's awful. Let me take myself off the screen for a second so you can see the words. Help on the defense. Lakers should be embarrassed with their performance in game 1. Oh, but it don't stop there. Oh, it don't stop there. No. Now, here we go. Here's what the next fan had to say. It's all right. We'll get him next year when we land a center. He's already waving the white flag. He's already saying the series is over. It's all right. We're going to get him next year when we get a big man. God damn. One game in the playoffs, and he's already out. One game, and he's already out. My man is focused on next year. He said, first time we had home court advantage in 13 years, and we play like shit. my goodness, these people are spiraling right now. What's going on out here, world? Then here we go. Wake up call. Our lack of bench depth in starting center is finally being exposed. We got a 40-year-old Bron running center. I don't see us making any push this postseason. If we do, it will be a miracle. You just not realize you got a 40-year-old dinosaur out there running around on the court who should be at home watching the goddamn game or sitting on the sideline somewhere rooting everybody else on. But no, he want to milk it. He can go sit down and mind the goddamn game and mind his goddamn business and stay out of the goddamn game. That's what he need to do. He's just helping Minnesota. Now, instead of 2 guys that can't play defense, we got 3, and he's 40. Who's he guarding? Here they come. One of the worst playoff performances in Lakers history, top to bottom, including coach. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I love it. I love it. This is what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see the realization from the fans who understand now the dog and pony show, what it really looked like when they get smacked in the mouth. Now, they got a lot of love because, believe me, in game 2, Minnesota won't be able to hit all those shots, which really going to expose that magnet ball. But it brought out a reality for the first time is that if they let them boys play straight up, they'll bust the Lakers in the mouth because the Lakers is trash defensively, and that doggone hillbilly Kobe guy is nothing but a role player. He's a 13-point, 14-point guy. He ain't no 30 points a night scorer. Come on. If he was on any team in the league, he would be getting exposed every night. He can't guard. None of these guys can. You got your backcourt is 2 white guys, and you wondering why they getting burnt. Luka Doncic is at the top of the key defending, and you're wondering why you guys are in trouble. Playing Vando and Vincent ain't gonna help you. They're not defensive stoppers. Now, this falls on LeBron James. Why? Because all of the talk, all of the smoke, when JJ said, man, we just wasn't physical. I don't understand why we didn't play this game physical. We just wasn't physical. He's trying to say, y'all got punked. Y'all were getting punked all night. Y'all were being treated like a bunch of punks. It was getting beat and smacked around all night long. Y'all played like punks. And it all came from the leader of the team, the biggest punk. Yeah, LBJ Punk. Punk was back, and he was on that court. The biggest punk there is, LeBron Ramon James.
More game ones than anybody. What after a game like this, where it's a big score line at home, what's the kind of the proper way to try and respond from that mentally, physically, and all of it?
Well, obviously, we got to do a better job of controlling the controllables, and I don't think we did a good enough job after the first quarter. Once they blitzed us in that second quarter, 38-20. But giving up 21 threes, giving up 20-plus fast break points, second chance points, those are some of the things that we can control. Obviously the three-point shooting, we know they have a lot of lasers. They have a lot of guys that can shoot from the perimeter. So we got to do a better job of closing the bodies and getting out on shooters. So, we'll get back in the film room tomorrow, look at the things that we did well, some of the things that we didn't do so well, and continue the game plan for game 2. We have a couple of days to prepare for it.
LeBron, both AR and JJ mentioned that it felt like one of the factors tonight was the physicality being something that maybe caught you guys early on in the game. Were there any things that you saw that gave you belief that you figured out how to counter that as the game went on that you can take into game 2?
Well, definitely. No, and you playing a Minnesota team, they're gonna be physical. That's what they bring to the table. So, maybe it took us one playoff game to now get a feel for it and know what the type of intensity, the type of physicality that's going to be brought to the game. But that's just the way they play. So we should be more than prepared for that on Tuesday night.
LeBron, obviously you guys are going to meet game 2 with a sense of urgency, but what's sort of the right approach to a game 2 when you're down 0-1 in terms of still being calm and understanding kind of the big picture of things while also knowing that it's obviously an incredibly important game?
No, we understand that. They took home court from us tonight, as far as the series, but, we have an opportunity, even the series out on Tuesday, and we have to play a much better game than we did today. Like I said, we have to control the controllables, and if we do that, we're going to give ourselves a much better chance to win than we did tonight.
Control the controllables, win the winnables, and you lose the losables, you dumb bastard. This is what I'm talking about. What's the controllables? Huh? What was controllable that you can contain? This is what I'm talking about. You're 40. You gonna go in a time machine and turn yourself into 22? They can trank your ass like the goddamn Secretariat horse. It don't matter. You're still 40, dog. You're not going nowhere. You're done. What you gonna do? Control the controllables, get to the refs? We got to get the referees involved because there's no way Nas Reeves should be able to hit all these damn threes. And I'm old as hell. And I'm getting my ass kicked. Like, I don't even understand it. And why is it that the Lakers, they don't play on Monday? They're playing on Tuesday. Why? They just played on Saturday. They at home. They get an extra day off. The Knicks and Pistons played on the same day. They got to go run it right back tomorrow. But since LeBron is 40, let's give him an extra day of rest so he can sleep in his bed. Let's let the old bum get an extra day of rest. So let's make the game on Tuesday so LeBron can get some rest. And nobody gonna ask the question of why. Why? So the controllables have all been in your favor, bum. You got home court advantage. Or well, you had it. And the Laker fans, y'all are starting to panic.
You mentioned one of the first answers there, the Timberwolves 20-plus fast break points is a key factor. How much of that did you see as a result of just you guys missing, shots close to the rim and near the rim and them running out just from there?
No, we did a great job later on. Throughout the whole season, we did a great job of not allowing teams to get, fast break point after fast break point after fast break point. Like I said, those guys are 10 for 15 and 25 points on the fast break. We already know offensively how dangerous they are. So when you're giving teams an opportunity to get those easy points, it's going to be hard to make that up. I mean, we only had 6 ourselves, so that we got outscored by 19 in that race. So, those are things that we control by getting back, setting our defense, making them score against our half-court defense.
LeBron, you guys closed the third on a 17-6 run and then carried that over into the first few minutes of the fourth. What did you see during that stretch of like 6-7 minutes that you feel like you could take in a game?
We just met the intensity, what they were bringing to the table. We met the physicality with physicality, and started to get up into them. Allowed us to get some turnovers, allowed us to get some extra possessions, and they allowed us to get back into the game. So, like I said, sometimes it takes a quarter, 2 quarters, a full game to get used to playoff basketball once again. So it shouldn't be no surprise on Tuesday.
LeBron, to your right, when you talk about controlling the controllables in the second and third quarter, what comes to mind at those times?
Offensive rebounds, giving up open shots to lasers, not being in the right position. So it was a lot of factors. A lot of factors that allowed them to build that big lead up to 27.
LeBron, Minnesota was able to kind of penetrate, drive and kick. They converted a lot of those corner threes and things of that nature. How much of that was just a team getting hot and hitting their shots, and how much of that is part of the controllables and things that you can prevent?
We're gonna look at the film and break it down. There's some that was just great plays by them. We're all NBA players. We know how to make plays. Some of the things we could have control, but we'll watch the film and see ways we could be better with our rotations going into game 2.
Sorry. LeBron, the Timberwolves scored 18 points off turnovers compared just to 9 by the Lakers. How do you think the team can do a better job managing that in the upcoming games?
Well, obviously, taking care of the ball versus a team like this is very important. But anytime you're in the postseason, you got to take care of the ball, and if you turn the ball over, you got to try your best to get back, in transition, not allow them to get points. Like you said, they had 18 points off our 13 turnovers, and we only had 9 off their 10. So we got to do a much better job of trying to turn them over, and at the same time, do a better job of protecting the ball, and not having as many turnovers for us, especially at home. I appreciate it.
Look at him. Now you want to run
series,
out.
But
you don't want to stay there no more when it's hot. See how you don't want to stay there no more when it's hot? Now you're going to run. No, stay your ass out there. Answer all the questions. You embarrassed because you got spanked. They were up 27 points on you. They wanted to put LeBron at the center position, which was stupid. How you going to put LeBron at a point of attack in the center position? Like, oh, Magic Johnson, he played center. That was completely dumb. Oh, yeah. You see, that's the Lakers' problem. This is why the fans are spiraling. This is why the fans feel the way they are. This is why that fan is out here talking about we'll get them next season. They talking next year after 1 game. That's how much they don't believe in this bum. Oh, well, of course. They want the Lakers, the people to pay attention to it, because nobody was thinking Minnesota had a shot of beating the Lakers, period. It was just, okay, we play in Minnesota, we're going to wipe through Minnesota. That's that. Now everybody's focused on the game. So the NBA knew exactly what they was doing. They knew exactly what they were doing when they made that happen. But the realization never changed because when you see the way the situations are designed, if this continues this way and they lose to Minnesota in the first round, LeBron James' retirement talk should be on the table. If LeBron played like he played yesterday for the entire rest of the series, they should start talking LeBron James retirement talk. I don't want to hear this. He's 40, dog. Don't tell me how old he is. Then come back brag when he had like 27 or something. Yeah, I thought you said Bron was done. Look, you don't get to have it both ways. He's old. Sit your ass down. That's what this is about.
The largest first round game one loss of LeBron's playoff career. I'm joined now by Kendrick Perkins. And Perk, look, it is quite obvious that the Timberwolves were unfazed and unbothered about starting this series against the Lakers in LA. But how do you explain them going into that arena and blowing out LeBron and Luka?
They got on their ass like back pockets defensively. That's what they did. And a pair of apple bottoms. And listen, it started with Anthony Edwards. It started.
Perk couldn't wait. Perk couldn't wait to give it to Bron.
With Anthony Edwards. They had him uncomfortable, Reeves, the entire night. They were pressuring up. They were physical with him. They were communicating on switches. They did a great job of sliding their puppies all across the board. And here's the one thing that J.J. Redick didn't say in his interview. He didn't say, I got to hold myself accountable for his defensive scheme. Because over the last 2 months, what JJ and the Lakers do defensively is they load up boxes and elbows and they dare teams to make three-point shots. And that's exactly what this professional team did today in the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have shot makers. Jay McDaniel have made threes in the playoffs before. He did it last year. Niles Reed is known for knocking down three-point shots. Anthony Edwards had a career year from the three-point line. So now J.J. Redick has to go back to the drawing board and make an in-series adjustment. What are you going to do? Are you going to play Jackson Hayes more minutes? Are you not going to play the small ball lineup so much? How can I get LeBron James going even more? Maybe try him on a low block to create mismatches so he could punish the smaller guys. Whatever it is, that was a total team loss all across the board. Not just the players, but on J.J. Redick as well.
So to your point.
And that's the thing. He want to throw the blame on J.J., but no, don't do that, Perk. Don't let him off the hook. It's LeBron's fault. There you go. I'm like, man, they knocked me off my camera. Nah, bro, don't do that. Not today. Not today. He said, when is Adam Silver going to realize that LeBron is done? Hit the like button. And if y'all new here, subscribe to the page. The Cash App is Carcino, as you see on the banner. He's like, who's blaming Reddit? That's crazy. Well, the thing is that J.J. Redick has never been in a playoff situation. This is his first time really doing this. He's not known for in-season adjustments. The Lakers played it just like they always play a regular season game. They did high pick and roll. Let's get Luka going. or the next game they're gonna do a pick and roll with Luka and Joe Jackson Hayes, and then they're gonna roll to the basket, throw an alley-oop for Jackson Hayes, and that don't work when you got Rudy in the game. And then if you take Rudy out the game, let's say you take Rudy out the game, right? Okay, and they go small. You can't compete. You can't compete with that. They're not gonna do it. This is why they're not gonna do it. People just don't see the factor that LeBron James can't defend. When you can't defend, you put your team at a disadvantage. Luka is already doing what he does on the court, right? And when Luka's out there on the court, supposedly doing what he's doing and scoring on the offensive end, it's one-on-one. There's no cuts. There's nobody really getting open. There's no movement. And when you got guys on the Grizzlies like McDaniels who could take advantage one-on-one against all of the Lakers, and plus they were just shooting lights out. So that was the big difference. Nas Reed was just throwing the ball up and it was just dropping. Oh yeah, it's a whole different engagement. If you look around and you see the Los Angeles Lakers and the way they've been performing and playing lately, the biggest problem that they have is that when you have a team with athletic bigs, okay, that's going to be hard for them to guard. Now, Minnesota just hit everything yesterday, but when the rubber meets the road, like when they got to play in close, how are the Lakers going to contend? Now, Camp-Man injured himself in the game. His left ankle, remember? Now, he came back, but he wasn't as aggressive as he was before. So that's something to look forward to in game 2, to look out for, rather, not forward to it. Yeah, he came back in the 4th and played, but still, you could tell he was a little sore. Now, I'm quite sure they're going to give him the cortisone shot and get him ready for game 2. LeBron points are insignificant. So it's not about points. It's about what you're doing on the court defensively. That's why he's at a minus. Luka Doncic plays a game, he gets 1 assist. This was the trap game to knock off all the sports bets, all your parlays, everything. I bet Minnesota. Yeah, when your head coach blames the team, JJ Redick came out and blamed the team and said, well, we didn't play physical. We didn't seem like we was ready for the game. Physically, mentally we was ready, but physically we wasn't ready to play. That's an attack on LeBron James. Because LeBron James is supposedly the leader of the team. You're the face of the team. And believe me, when they start losing and Luka's doing his part and LeBron ain't doing his, the Laker fans going to start to call it out because it's going to be a battle for that locker room right now. Right now, LeBron got the locker room, but it's Luka's team. LeBron's trying to say, hey, this is still my show. No, it ain't. It ain't your show no more. The fans is calling it already like, look, man, it's Luka's team. It's about time everybody stop and realize what's happening here. It's all over. The Lakers cut it to 12. Yeah, but you don't understand. You can cut a lead to 12. You can cut a lead down. It's not like Minnesota is that great. The Lakers just played that bad. Oh, game 2, the Lakers will win, clearly. If the Lakers lose game 2, the series over. I don't even want to see the rest of the series because you know how criminal that's going to be. Yeah, the Minnesota was in the Western Conference Finals just a year ago. This season, they're a different team. They don't have Cat on the team anymore. They got Dante, they got Randall. So the team play is a little different. They did a lot of high-low last year than they did this year. Now they got mid-range, outside, and they're more flexible without Cat being on the floor. They length and athleticism. That's what gets them to the point. Well, when they get to the point of attack, that's what other people want to see. That's what other teams want to see. They want to see what kind of adjustments can the Lakers make. Who's going to be the next person to step up? If you got Luka just out here trying to score 40 every night and the rest of the team is just standing there, it's going to be a tug of war on the style of play. Getting the ball out of LeBron's hands and putting him in a position where he should be posting up, like he said. Why LeBron isn't posting up the smalls? Why isn't he going down in the paint saying, okay, if the lineup is small, why am I not doing what I should be doing to help it out? This is the plus minus worst player in NBA history, LeBron James. Yeah, well, LeBron is definitely has been overrated his entire career. They've been carrying him, and we clearly can see it now. Cat is soft. Of course, the cat is soft. But Luka's a baller. So he's going to play. He's going to ball. Yeah, people spent big money on the playoff tickets for the Lakers. So Luka is definitely selling this whole thing, the league, the Lakers and LeBron and all that. They didn't kick AD out and got Anthony Davis thrown out the door. And they went straight to Luka. With Anthony Davis, would they have won 50 games? No. They're winning because of Luka Doncic. Of course, it's clear. Well, the LeBron Glazers is definitely going to come up with every excuse they can for his failures. And if he loses this time, this will be another LeBron failure. That's 100% on him. Oh, he's going to have to face the music because it's over. All that LeBron glazing stuff and that stuff's over. People can see it now. It's over. Look, that's what Perk talking about.
21 for 42 is what Minnesota shot from three, and Naz Reid was 6 of 9 off the bench. He finished with 23. Speaking of points, though, let's go to LA for a second. We mentioned how few points they scored in this game, especially since LeBron and Luka have been together. Everyone believes that Luka and LeBron can lead a team, obviously, deep into the playoffs, but they're going to need some help. It may not be the same person every night, but they're going to have someone else pull some of that scoring load. Is it Austin Reeves, or has it got to be somebody else here?
Look, Eves, I said this before the postseason, and I was called everything but a child of God. LeBron James and Luka are the best players on the Lakers. We know this. Austin Reeves is the most important player on the Lakers, especially to their success. When Austin Reeves scores 20 or more, the Lakers were 27-9 in the regular season. Austin Reeves has to get going because you're asking LeBron James to do so much. At times, he's playing the center position. Now you need that secondary ball handler and playmaker to not only go out there and get his, but create for others. And that's what the Minnesota Timberwolves did a great job of as well, is taking Austin Reeves completely out of the game. He made some shots late in the fourth, but again, it was out of control at that point.
All right, Perk, appreciate the context as always. Quick question.
Now, Austin Reeves, if you depending on Austin Reeves to win you a series, you might as well just give it to Minnesota right now. If Austin Reeves is your out, I can see why this fan is saying what he's saying. It's all right. We'll get him next year when we land a center. Because I'm telling you, the Lakers are going to get Daniel Gafford from the Mavs. The Mavs ain't through strip mining the team. Now, I know you're going to say, man, they got him under contract. Watch what happens. You know a contract don't mean a goddamn thing. This is the final year of his deal that he got. So he's in the final year. They're not going to be able to sign Daniel. Well, they can sign Daniel Gafford back, but no. Luka and Daniel Gafford, they building a team around Luka. Jackson Hayes is gone. A lot of these players that's going to be gone next year. I don't see Gabe Vincent coming back. I don't see Vando coming back. I don't see any of those bums. These 1-year guys, the Lakers contracts are up on these guys. So LeBron's going to start rolling the dice, start loading the team up for next year. And oh yeah, and of course, Bronny's going to be on the team. He's going to be, can I play next year more, Papa? I won't be a rookie no more, Papa. Can I start? I want to play with you, Papa. Oh, don't worry about that. You're going to be all right. Yep. LeBron had 10 points in the first half and like 9 in the second half. Well, when you got a rim protector at the rim, that's going to challenge LeBron like Rudy. Rudy swatted his stuff out of there when he tried to come in the lane. They always scare LeBron from driving the ball. Whenever LeBron starts thinking about, should I drive the ball, shouldn't I not drive the ball, that's when he decides to be hesitant, and then somebody comes swat the ball right in his face. Every time. There are a lot of people making adjustments. There are a lot of people doing things that are what they would say is counterproductive to what everybody else think is important or how it should all play out. You guys were probably asleep, but we had like a 5-hour live stream last night that went on probably about 7 hours. Because even after it was over, like LB them, I don't know how they awake. They probably sleep right now. They was still going when I passed out. And we was up 5, 6, 7 hours doing the breakdown of the game. Then we went to WrestleMania. Yeah. Now, I guess Rudy's getting ejected. It don't even matter. They didn't really play Rudy that much. They took Rudy out and went small. So it was like, whoa, Rudy didn't even play that many minutes because this lineup realizes that if Rudy gets in foul trouble or whatever, we can contend. Like, we okay with Rudy not being on the court. They don't need Rudy. See, they don't really do the high-low like they did when Cat was there. Things have changed. It's completely, different. The environment's different. Man, it's just been incredible the way they've changed and made adjustments, like on the fly. Well, he knows JJ Redick doesn't know how to coach, like in game in-game adjustments, you could see that with the Lakers. If the Lakers don't really jump out on you and beat you with the way they're playing, like, okay, they doing what they want to do and it's working. That's how the Lakers normally win games. But when they're in a game where they have to make an in-game adjustment to make a change during the game, the Lakers lose those games because they can't make those adjustments. Now, other teams, and this is what separates good coaches from bad coaches, and they keep glazing JJ Redick and how good of a coach he is. It's like, no, he's not a good coach. He's got Luka Doncic. they're actually making him look good by going out and getting wins. And they wanted to compare and tear down Darvin Ham. That's why I try to tell you, Laker fans, y'all don't be knowing what y'all talking about, but y'all glaze so much over in LA. I guess that's just a LA trait to just glaze. But because of the fact is they don't know what's going on, they just sit there and glaze 24 hours a day. They're not even making adjustments for anything that's like on the floor that's transpiring. It's like, are you serious right now? How wouldn't you get somebody on Nas Reed and say, all right, well, we're going to take Nas Reed, and get him out the way. We're going to shut Nas Reed down. We're going to leave Camp Man out there trying to force up shots. He's not making them. He's taking bad shots. Let's encourage that. Absolutely not. If you think the money and the fame, that don't mean nothing. No way. If game 2 don't go towards Minnesota's way, normally it would be because, right, it would normally be because of something that went in a different tone, a different direction than it should. So 100%, the game is going to go in a different route, and it's going to go in a different direction. Oh, man, come on. The Lakers have given up probably the most open threes. The New York Knicks gives up open threes. The Lakers and the Bulls, they're the worst at guarding the three. The New York Knicks are terrible at guarding the three. The Chicago Bulls are terrible for guarding the three. And the Los Angeles Lakers. All of them are absolutely ridiculous when it comes to guarding a three-point shot. Well, right now the crypto is like a dinosaur arena. The crypto arena is like a dinosaur arena. Nobody cares about it no more. Adam Silver would play center like Magic did. No, they put LeBron at center in game one. To try to change what was happening on the court, they put LeBron James at center to try to give it a new look. That wasn't working. Well, LeBron's a free agent at the end of the year. LeBron is actually a free agent at the end of the season. So if he wanted to leave the Lakers, he can go. The Pistons are going to re-sign Beasley. Don't worry about that. Chris Paul is coming to the Los Angeles Lakers next year to come off the bench as a guard. The Lakers are getting Chris Paul next year. LeBron is opting back into his contract. He's not going to opt out. Doritos Finney-Smith is going to opt back in and stay with the Los Angeles Lakers and suck up $15 million. Yeah, Tyus Jones, I believe, is going to re-sign with Phoenix. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Bobby Portis is staying with the Bucks. You ain't got to worry about that. Josh Giddey is going to stay with the Bulls. John Collins is going to stay with the Utah Jazz or whatever team he's with. But that's where he's going to be. Fred VanVleet is probably going to get traded with Trey Young. Trey Young might come to the Houston Rockets in a trade with VanVleet. James Harden is staying with the Clippers. Julius Randle is staying with Minnesota. Kyrie Irving is staying with the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, I'm giving you a rundown right now so that you guys will understand what this is about. Yes, sir. Kuminga is going to the Brooklyn Nets. They're on a sign and trade. The Golden State Warriors are gonna sign Jonathan Kuminga and trade him to the Brooklyn Nets at the end of the season. After this season's over, Kuminga is gonna be signed and traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Just watch and watch how it plays out and see if Cino's wrong. Nas Reed and Julius Randle, they're gonna stay with Minnesota for one more year. Miles Turner is he's leaving the Indiana Pacers And a lot of people think he's going to the Miami Heat or somewhere else. I don't think he's going to Miami Heat, but I think he's going somewhere else. I just don't know where he's going to land just yet. I mean, LeBron James is a action figure doll. Ja Morant and Ant-Man teaming up, no. Because in this day and age, these guys want the spotlight. So nobody's comfortable with being a number two. This is what Melo was saying. Like, come on, man. I'm not going to be the fourth option on a team. LeBron's the man. D Wade is the man. Ain't no way I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was concerned for you after the Pistons. No, I'm good. After the Lakers lost, I felt a lot better. I never understood how people do this. It never ceases to amaze me how people cannot understand an adjustment that's really simple. Anthony Edwards made the passes yesterday and got all these assists because they were knocking him down. That's the only reason he was giving up the shots. But the majority of the people understand and know that Anthony Edwards was just doing that because guys was knocking shots down. So he's going to keep giving them the ball. But the minute they not doing that, nah, he ain't going to do that. Lakers and Timberwolves highlights, that will expose a lot. If you actually go back and watch some of the highlights of the game and see how it went. Did I say Grizzlies? I meant Timberwolves. Right. Watch the Timberwolves highlights from game one. There were plenty of times they could have given that ball to Rudy, and they didn't. They just happened to score. So these opportunities will be there on Tuesday. But will they be knocking these shots down? No. And that's the only thing that's going to save the Lakers. Oh, they're going to come out aggressive. Well, now there's concern, when before there was no concern. McDaniels, and if you're watching this, Anthony Edwards isn't your concern. Anthony Edwards is not your concern. Let him get what he gonna get. Your concern is Naz Reid and McDaniels. Naz Reid and McDaniels cannot exceed a point total like they did beforehand. They can't do that. And LeBron's bad shifting and him staring around, and the Lakers got to play zone because they can't match up man. They can't guard anybody face up. No, I don't smoke. So no, this is not a big day for me. Like everybody's like, it's a big day. I'm like, for who? Cheech and Chong got their last movie coming out today. They wanted to put it out on 420. I'm like, Cheech and Chong? We doing Cheech and Chong now? Is that where we at with it? Yes, happy Easter to those out there in the Easter world. Who running around with Easter bunnies and stuff. Mm-hmm. The refs are going to be activated in game 2. Well, you know that. He said they know the truth. That's why. That's what makes it very scary. Now look at this. I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me show y'all something in the game. Now let's take a look at this because I want y'all to see this. Look at the Lakers defensively. How are you gonna stop this? Luka got backpicked. Look how far back you guys are. Nobody's up to stop the ball. Nas Reed should not be up this far. Luka shouldn't be this far off. Look, they take a swipe. Nas Reed goes coast to coast. Nas Reed should not be going coast to coast from the three-point line. Here it is, another transition. Look, they back on the back heels. Zip, they go right to Camp Man. And look who's not in position. Hachimura, he's not in any defensive position. Camp Man know he could dunk this ball if he wanted to. He's in no position to stop him. Look, Luka can't believe this. Here we go again. Now he's going to cut through. Look at that. They could easily go to Rudy here. He's got Luka there. 2-on-1 because Austin Reeves cannot guard Campman. Campman can pull up right now, but he's going to travel. This is his pivot foot, which is his left foot. Watch how he puts the right foot down and jumps off the right foot and lifts up the left. Completely a travel. And they let it continue. Welcome to today's NBA. Now, here is something that is on LBJ, LeBron Ramon James himself. Here it is. You got LeBron right here, right? Now look, he's watching. Look, he's lost. He forgot who he's defending in the play. Look, he's going to a spot instead of to a defender. The ball gets swung out. Why are you not connected with your guy? Now you're giving up open threes. This is what we're talking about. The spectator. That's what he is. Now look at that. How bad is that? And don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. But how bad is that? That is awful. Here it is. Luka going 1-on-1, throws it there, gets a layup off the glass. He missed. Look at that. Kicks it back to Doritos, Finney Smith. Now, Coach Sino in the film room. I know the Lakers need to be in the film room. If I could do that and I see that in the game as it's playing out, I'm like, I see that in the game. I know they got to know this is what's going on, but it's personalities. If they say that to LeBron, he's going to shut down. LeBron is shut down. His ego can't take it, so he's just going to cave in. You know that. I know that. let's look at LeBron and the team. Now look at this. They're raring to go. Look, he takes the angle. He has a clear path to the basket. One-on-one play. Austin Reeves goes there and hit a jump shot. This is what you want, his one-on-one play. No ball movement, nothing. Look, they go down. Look at this. Once again, this was really illegal defense on Austin Reeves. But, okay, now he finally stepped out. So I guess they decided to let it go. But here it is, right? LeBron has Randall in the post. Why is Vando, who's supposed to be your defender, why is he lacking off so much and he's staring at Randall? Once again, the Lakers getting caught looking. Now, look, goes ball zips right past Vando. Look at that space. Nas Reed can pull up and hit that shot at will. He's been hitting that shot, and you giving it to him. Now, if you give Nas Reed 4 or 5 of those shots, he going to shoot them all night. Here it is. Weak side, pick and roll, move and screen. LeBron's holding. Why is Austin Reeves going over here to Nas Reed and you giving him a shot from the nail? He misses it. Gets his own rebound, dogs out Rudy Hachimura, who's soft. Got all that Japan on him. They give Bron a three-point play. None of that garbage matters. It's all one-on-one garbage. Here it is, transition. Here come Bron, right? Here he come, the chase down block guy. Ugh. Should have been a goal 10. Everybody's happy, right? That leads to nothing. They come right back down the court, getting their own offensive rebounds, threes, second chance points. They are pop, lock, and dropping it. Here it is. Lakers miss one-on-one basketball. You miss a shot, they can run. And that means Luka got to get back. That means all these guys got to get back on defense. Nas Reed just pulls again. Why not? Nobody's guarding me all night. Look how he laughing. They just gonna keep giving me this shot. I'm gonna hit it all night long. The Lakers, the Lake Show. If you keep giving anybody that, why would they stop taking it? If I'm seeing these shots drop, and I mean hit nothing but the bottom of the net, and I mean these ain't magnet ball shots. These are shots that's going in. You see splash, splash. You ain't seeing no rim. So now you would make an adjustment, right? If you're JJ Redneck, why are you not making an adjustment? I guess this is the adjustment. The same shot. He just hit it. He keep hitting nothing but net. You just gave up that shot. All right, here we go. LeBron James dribbling. Look at him. One-on-one. One-on-one again. No ball movement, nothing. Just one-on-one basketball. So everybody just standing around doing nothing. Yet again. One pass back to him. He got it. He falls down. They just call a foul for whatever reason. Dante splash to end the half. So it's only 11, right? Third quarter, Lakers got to do better, right? Now, here it is. They isolate and clear through so they can have an open passage. If you're the Lakers and you see this, if you're JJ Redneck, you got to understand something. If Rudy Gobert goes to the three-point line, it's only to take Joe Jackson Hayes out of the paint. So now Campman he likes his chances of Austin Reeves guarding him. So you got Austin Reeves on the floor with Luka. Luka's got to guard another athletic big. Austin Reeves cannot guard Campman. And then Rudy is over here. So they got right what they want. He blew right by Austin Reeves. Here is Joe Jackson Hayes trying to help out. And here come old flat-foot Bron. So what happens? He see three guys collapse on him. He kicks it out to an open guy who's going to pull, splash. Now, they swing it again. Rudy is on him. Terrible defensive position. Unless you're leading them to the help. And if the help is LeBron James, then the help needs help. So when the help needs help, now you got Joe Jackson Hayes, right? He goes up high off the glass on Joe Jackson Hayes. He misses, gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Randall. And where's Bron? Right down here. So on the offensive rebound, LeBron James loses containment. Look, he's standing around, not paying no attention, not alive. Look, just standing there waiting to see what happens. Anthony gets the rebound back. Look, he hadn't took about 2-3 steps. His defender has moved all the way over and repositioned himself. Reset. And look, where's LeBron? Why you ain't run out? This is the start of the third quarter. And you giving that up? Here they come. They had three guys back. Conley get a ball up to Campman from right there, the top of the key, pull up. They wasn't a Laker even connected. How? How are you this bad? How are you this bad? Dog, Minnesota should beat this team by 100. That's how bad they played. And it's not just Bron. He's a big problem of it. They're just a terrible defensive team. Period. The assignments. Offense, they going no ball movement. Okay, finally, some ball movement. There's Bron. Yeah, he got the three on some little swing play. Okay, swinging the ball. Now, here we go back on defense. The give and go. Where's LeBron? Standing right there. Okay, there's some help. Austin Reeves is on Rudy. Wow. How did that happen? Ooh, that's ball movement. Where's Luka? Luka, you are way out of position. And then he gets him with a pump fake. Luka's in the air. He goes by Luka with ease. So now you got this guy. This should be an alley-oop for Rudy Gobert. You got LeBron there and a 2-on-1. Austin Reeves can't do anything. This should be an alley-oop for Rudy. He throws it up, gets his own rebound and put back. Luka doing too much dribbling. Too much dribbling, too much on ball because it's been too much one-on-one play, loses the damn ball, and it's off to the races. LeBron is in jog mode. They pull up for three, splash. Mike Conley, the old wily vet. There's the step over, there's the pull up. It's tipped up. Rebound, Minnesota, right? Lakers should be back in position, right? They shouldn't be backpedaling right now. They got guys there. Brian wants to gamble and goes for a steal. He missed. Results, splash. Oh, my goodness. So they down 82-58. They getting humiliated. They throw the ball in. Luka just lays down back there. They're just getting destroyed. Minnesota, once again, give and go. They had Rudy wide open again. So if I'm Minnesota's coach, I'm getting on them for missing guys. Even though they hit the shots, there's no way you don't throw this ball to Rudy Gobert. But they got a wide open three, and they just happen to hit it. So if it's going in, you're not in trouble. But Rudy should have had about 6, 7, 8 more points. There's a nice pump fake, drive, kick, Nas Reed again, all night. Splash. Now here they come, trying to make a run. Reeves coming in late, got a 3 to go. Oh, they tried to do the give and go, turned it over. They finally did something defensively. Here comes LeBron. Coast to coast. No ball movement, nothing. Reeves gets a layup. Everybody thinks the Lakers can make a rally and come back. Look, LeBron in the paint. Look at him. All net. Randall bodying LeBron up. Can't, man, goes down there. Turn around jump shots. Kicks it back out. Splash. Guys are hitting their shots. Luka getting worked out. He reset. Pull. Luka, you got to know how Campman play. Lose your stat sheet, but Campman could get by those guys. And he could do that. Bron's mad because he got swiped at in midair. Nas Reed, once again, look at this. Turn the ball over to Dante. Ugh! No adjustments. No adjustments by yours truly. There was 0 adjustments made by J.J. Redick. So I understand why the Laker fans want out. I understand that. I would want out too. Hey, I get it. Y'all want out. LeBron lose chips all the time, B. So don't forget to go to the Patreon. My Patreon is Carcino for Life. Go over there and check that out. We got all this new stuff for y'all. Y'all gonna learn what happened between Russ and LeBron behind the scenes when he was there. And it actually got personal. So, yeah, go check that out. And this Raymond dude, you might get the night off the way you going in this chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. And we out.